Hello everybody, welcome to Telli Talks, where we talk about life, growth, relationships, and all things in between. We are here at the Classic Cat with my good friends, owners of Muscle Lab, Vatche and Andy Trays. Thanks for coming back, round two. We're here.
Round two.
Cheers to round two.
Cheers to round two.
What did you get? A shot or two?
Casamigos on the rocks. Thank you.
On the rocks. Cheers.
Cheers.
To growth.
Ooh, spilled a little bit. Look at mine.
Wow.
Already cut.
Okay, hold on. We got it.
We got a cut?
No, there's the rack there.
Behind
Is
us.
this planned?
Yeah, he just spilled a little bit.
You gotta get your
I'll clean it up real quick. It's like-
your
He's already drunk.
You guys were drinking before?
I had a couple.
Get that.
Swipe this down here.
We shouldn't cut this out. We should keep this all in.
Yeah, like, let it run, but like speed it up.
let me get my screen time in.
New cheers, new cheers. Okay.
So what do? We start over?
No, we're good. We're just gonna start from
Should we reschedule?
reschedule. So, okay, Muscle Lab is growing. What do you guys have going on right now?
Go ahead, sir.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Whoever.
Well, we're back, right? This is round two. What? I just have a quick question. When was it when we had our last one?
It had to have been like at least, if not a year and a half ago, like 2 years ago. I feel like.
2 years, was it?
Right.
So it wasn't like 6 months ago?
Oh,
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
No, not definitely not 2 years.
It was
I want to say
before.
like
Like
a
a year
year
and a
and
half.
year and a few months.
It was before I was married.
Oh,
Yeah,
110%.
for sure, yeah.
Oh yeah, because then we saw
You just proposed,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
he was talking about getting married at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that helps me to know where we're at right now. But
Yes.
yeah, like when,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Beautiful inside and out. She's amazing.
Thank you.
You're next.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm next.
What do we say? We say,
I'm like, maybe I'm next.
we say Mabruk.
Mabruk, we say.
No, not
Mabruk?
Mabruk.
What is
No,
Mabruk?
What's it called?
We say
Hold
Taros.
Daros again.
Okay, wait. What languages are we speaking?
That's
Armenian.
okay. We want
Armenian.
Arabic to Armenian.
Okay, so who speaks Arabic and who speaks Armenian?
We're
Or
both
you guys
Armenian.
both speak
We're,
both?
we're both Armenian, but there's the Arabic culture is really intertwined with Armenians, especially Lebanese Armenians. And so he's Lebanese.
I'm Lebanese. He's.
My parents were from Armenia, but both my grandparents were born in Beirut, so I like to say I'm 25%.
Did you do ancestry DNA to know like
No, I
exactly
didn't,
what
no.
you guys are?
They're all alive, thank God.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah,
you know what you are.
I know what I am. Yeah, we know like deep down, like I know all the way down to like everything.
That's so dope. I feel like I'm more than what I am because I don't know so far down. Like, because my mom's last name is Crawford and she's Filipino, so she has to have some type of like something else, whether it's Italian, some type of something else in her, because Asians' last names aren't Crawford.
That's true.
You know, and my dad, he's Alabama. He's from Alabama, so he's black. But who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like I want to see it. And I'm like, oh, I'm Irish, and then I'm gonna start, you know, going to Ireland and like going deep into the ancestry of what I am.
like
or
a
what I-
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You might be Armenian.
I
Maybe.
think you're Armenian. I do see Armenian.
Yeah.
I was telling V the other day actually.
No way. No way. No way. Okay. So Muscle Lab, a year and a half. Let's say a year and a half.
Yeah.
What has the growth been? Because I know you guys are growing. I know you guys are doing things and moving.
Yeah.
I think we've been very like progressive with tech. So right around that time, we were really about to kind of get into the NFT side of everything and figure out some kind of way where we can incorporate that technology within what we're doing. Everyone kind of knows what happened to NFTs and crypto in general, but right around that time is kind of when ChatGPT started coming, right? And we're both we get obsessed with things. So I'm more of the tech side of everything, right? So I got more obsessed with it in the beginning, but
So how do you feel about ChatGPT, first of all? Before
Well,
we
just
go
AI
deep
in
into-
general
Yeah,
and-
AI in general, ChatGPT, just an actual computer, pretty much doing everything for us.
yeah, I think it's a lifestyle change.
110%.
It's really a lifestyle change, and it's how you use it is where you'll get the value from. But it changed my life. Like, I got obsessed with this, so I would spend 20 hours a day on it, experimenting, and like I made like different rules for the day, like where if it's someone's birthday, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to talk to it about that person. I'm going to give like our iMessage history, right? Copy, paste, and then kind of give like little context as well, and have it write like a 400-word birthday text, right? And these birthday texts, like maybe the first draft was corny a little bit, but it knew.
So you could tweak certain things to make it sound like
it's
yourself.
A first draft. The first thing that comes back to you is a first draft, right? And that's how we are in life. Like when I was a kid in high school, I would do my essay, I would submit it to a teacher. That was a first draft.
Right.
Changes, boom, second draft, and then final draft, right? So it's like if you give it that context and that information, the examples, you'll get a really good first draft, and then you'll give it some response back, some feedback. And it's crazy because like I don't know, V like would see me do it, but I would cuss it out. I'd be like, this fucking sucks. This is some bullshit. Like, what the fuck?
After the fact, I gave you the first draft, so you're like, no, this is not it.
Yeah, and understands sentiment. So like,
so it understands like anger. And
if you say that versus like, that was not too bad, or
it's
that
like a
was
little tweak as in comparison.
Yeah,
to
it's like
a
a
whole
complete
change.
This is horrible, change everything right now.
Right.
It's totally.
And it's funny because like I got really obsessed with it, and I kind of noticed like V and my wife like way more advanced with it than like everybody else naturally. Because obviously all I did was like talk about it every minute of my life. But no, it was like MuscleLab is a very progressive company. Like a lot of people look at us and think we're just like maybe a stretch therapy place or you know, like a massage center, right? But like our team, everyone it's like a family and it's like a startup.
Absolutely.
And we got there, you know, like 3 years in. But it's like, you know, we have everyone doing a little bit of everything, and that's kind of how like a startup should be, versus like this is a massage center and this is what we're gonna do, or this is a stretch therapy place. But like everyone uses AI like crazy.
At MuscleLab.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our staff.
Our whole staff. Our whole team.
Yeah. We got exposed to it. We got obsessed with it, and then.
So wait, I got a question before we go. We indulge in the AI situation. So if you're using like, for example, right? If you're using ChatGPT to come up with like ChatGPT to come up with like let's say a birthday, like a sentimental birthday message, because it knows kind of similar to what like who you are as a person, your conversations with this person, how you interact with this person, like as a person that's receiving it, if you're receiving the ChatGPT or if you're receiving the message or you're receiving the like business command, I feel like it's a little bit different with business than it is with personal, because it's like, okay, this is making it easier for my business to where I don't have to sit and like have to worry about what the day is going to be like or how we're going to handle scheduling or, you know, whatever that may be. But then when it comes to like more sentimental stuff, like it's like, hey, write something to my wife and say 500 words of how much I love her. Here's all the messages. So are you ever in a situation where it's like you're using it and it becomes more like a, like, I guess, like, for example, if let's say, for example, right? Like you have a conversation with your wife and you're like, all right, I don't want to argue with her, or I don't want to, you know, talk about this. Tell my wife how much I love her. Do you think that she can decipher from ChatGPT writing it, or are you writing it?
So I've done a lot of I've done a lot of
You've
things
used this
like
before,
that.
right?
I've done a lot of things like that, and it's how much effort I put into it, right? If I give her the first draft, she's gonna probably.
So what draft do you usually use when you do?
I'll spend like 20 minutes. I'll spend 20 minutes on it, and what I realized is like if you spend 20 minutes with it, you could pretty much solve anything. Like not anything, like not something crazy like cure cancer, but you could really get whatever you want if you put 20 minutes into it. It's really intense. It's a really crazy thing to think about, because everything kind of now takes that time frame, right? And I've tested it where it's like something that would take 20 hours takes that 20-minute range, and something that would take like usually 2 hours still takes that 20-minute range. No matter what the task is, if you spend that time going back and forth with it with context and information.
How many edits, like how many back and forth, like how many drafts do you think it takes to get to
like
that
it's,
like
it's
perfection?
You can never be satisfied to the full, like it can't be. It's really it's crazy because you'll keep going, and like a lot of times when I'm helping people with it, is they'll just get obsessed and they'll try to go for perfect, and they'll never be happy. but you got to just be satisfied at one point. And it's
me.
Because then it'll say something that you like that you didn't even think about, and then you'll
Right.
go off of that, and so you'll start using that as like the narrative, or
Ah.
so it'll give you ideas that you wouldn't have thought of alone, and
Right.
you'll branch off of that.
So how have you guys like incorporated that in Muscle Lab?
well, like what you were saying with the whole, the example you gave, like there's situations like that where I've personally, like I've kind of teared up reading a text because of how good it was
Wow.
and how like it was just crazy. And then I would send it to people and they would it would get emotional because it sounds really, really real.
And coming from you.
Coming from me, yeah. And it's like
well,
it's
this
the
is
way
what
I would
say.
text.
Yeah.
It's the way that I would text is the huge part. But with Muscle Lab, like the reason why like I remember when I thought of the idea, I ran out the shower, and this is like maybe March 2023. I ran out the shower, it's like maybe like 1 a.m. and I'm like, Ollie, custom recovery plans. Like that's what we need to do. And she's like, are you rambling? Like, what are you saying? Like,
Right.
Right? I'm like, look, we're going to get AI, GPT, this technology is crazy. And we're going to combine it with what we do at Muscle Lab. And we're going to, look, the way I was explaining it was like, when I give my iMessage history and I give what I think about that person, right? It gives me a really good birthday text. Right. And when I go back and forth, it gives me a really good birthday text. And at that time, I got really obsessed with coding. It would give me really good code and I would make apps quick. So I was like, if you could do that and it could do that. And during this whole time, I was using it because I had pain.
Right.
So I'm sitting working for 20 hours a day. I had so much issues. Vatche would come religiously to help me. I would just get as much help as I could. But I just had so much pain. Like I couldn't look at anything anymore because I would just work. I was just working nonstop. So I started telling it my problems that I was experiencing. There we go. And like, hey, this hurts, right? Over here, around here, this other part hurts. This hurts in the mornings.
You didn't know where you got the pain from? Or
it was just like a bad lifestyle from COVID. So like I would just sit in front of the computer and work. Like when we did that first podcast together, I wouldn't leave the computer. I was on that shit for since I would wake up until I would sleep. And like my wife would have to pull me away from the computer. Right. Especially when AI came out, I was just like, nah, this is it.
For the record, I was the day that we were filming your podcast, I was scared he wasn't gonna make it because he was so obsessed with his computer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like he fell into the like this hole that I didn't see him for
I didn't go to Muscle Lab for 8 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't leave my room.
That was around this time she started coming.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because I never met him till we did the interview. Yeah, because I was like, wait. Yeah, no, 110%. Yeah. So how did you transition out of that to
it just
focus
happened.
more on?
It honestly just really happened. When I was satisfied with what I learned and what I built, and I was like, okay. So the first thing I did was build something that could help me build for Muscle Lab. So I was like, that's what I need to focus on. I need to learn, and then I need to build something that could help me build for Muscle Lab. And we built Genesis, and we used Genesis to build Muscle Lab.
So what is Genesis?
Genesis basically makes customized versions of GPT for your business, but it's just ChatGPT on steroids. And I built it.
So this is your company now.
It's not something I'm gonna probably release. It's just something that I use to build everything that I want to build and everything that we want to build at Muscle Lab. So I use it to build Muscle Lab. I use it to strategize. All our staff uses Genesis. It's basically a version of ChatGPT that if I think of an idea that I like, or let's say Vatche is like, yo, it would be sick if it could do this. It would be sick if I could just click a button and I could 20x and I just leave and I'll come back and I'll do it 20 times. You know what I mean? Little things like that. If you have control over something, you could do that. So anytime I thought of a feature that I wish ChatGPT had, I just added it to Genesis because I coded the whole thing. And that's what we use to build Muscle Lab, which is entire Muscle Lab's app, custom recovery plans,
Muscle Lab has an app?
So it's a web app. We haven't released it to the App Store. I don't like Apple's App Store's policies really. I feel like you kind of get handicapped at from financially, and they could just pull you out anytime and then what's going to happen, right? So if you could build a sustainable business outside of Apple's ecosystem, I think that's where you make money. forever. Like,
So
for example,
website over app.
not just website, but like, sure, I would go web app over app and then app later. And you can see OpenAI did that. We had ChatGPT for a while. And then we got the ChatGPT app. Like, we just got it. It's been a couple months. For a whole year, what did they do? We had everyone go on the website. Because if they did the opposite, right, which a lot of companies would, you're just giving control over your company to Apple.
Right.
And the success of it is like, and any time Apple could have been like, you know what, this is too crazy, it's too powerful, we don't want this out, there's copyright issues, pull it out. And then they lose. So OpenAI did it really smart. I mean, they use GPT to do everything they do, for sure. So, yeah.
So what do you guys think about like AI taking over? Like what happens when, you know, it gets to a point of like, as humans, we don't have control over it anymore?
What do you think?
I think it's more like people that know how to operate AI
Right.
are gonna succeed.
Right.
It's like a calculator, right? It's like, imagine trying to do math nowadays without a calculator. I think it's a tool. If it's used properly, it can really excel. If it's not, then, you know, you kind of fall back.
What happens when it gets to a point? Because it's going to get to a point where it's not just a tool.
Yeah.
Why though?
You know?
Why?
Why is it going to get to a point with that?
Who's going to allow that?
I
really
feel like
us.
it's already happening as a society where we have like, I mean, they're at football games now. There's like whole, you know.
Yeah.
And then what happens because it can read emotion, or like, you know, it gets to a point where it's like, oh, I feel like you hurt my feelings. Like, how would that, you know, I mean, in business, how would that affect like business? How would that affect like personal? You know, like, have you ever watched the movie Megan?
I haven't.
I think it's on Netflix.
Megan, it sounds very familiar.
It's okay. So this lady, this lady's, I think her, don't quote me on this, but I want to say her husband or her brother died, and she ended up adopting her daughter or her niece, and then she made this like toy for her that was like an AI, and she told the AI to always protect her no matter what. That was the sole purpose and the sole job of this AI. And then the AI ended up going against the person that made it because she was protecting the girl, but in a sense to where she got like obsessed with the girl and like was trying to kill the person that made it. I mean, this is way completely off subject, but I'm like, when it gets to that point of like, you know, because like right now I feel like everyone uses AI as a tool, which is amazing because it's so like, it just makes it easier for us. Yeah. You know, like it makes it so much easier for us, less work. What I feel like, what happens when it becomes too much?
Yeah.
Or do you feel like as humans we have control over it becoming too much?
I think that for sure. I think it's that more than us losing control. I don't see us losing control. Like kind of what V said. It's the people that use AI individually that's gonna really, to put it this way, like when I discovered AI, like I was scared because it did everything I did immediately within seconds. Like let's say Facebook ads, right? It would write Facebook ads, and I tried it. I was like, write a Facebook ad for cryotherapy, right? I was like testing Muscle App, and it gave a Facebook ad, and then I was like, wait. I remember when I gave the iMessage for my friend, it wrote a pretty good text message. What if I give it info about Muscle App?
Right.
And then ask it to write something about cryotherapy. And then I saw what it did.
So like testing its limitations and its highest point, lowest point.
Yeah, but it's also like who uses... If I use AI to get something done and you use AI to get something done, it's going to be complete different results, right? So all it's going to do really is amplify the person that is in that specific career or that specific job or that task that they get done for them to get it done better and faster, right? So if I'm a Facebook ads guy, end of the day, Bill, who owns Bill's Burger, isn't going to want to go and do Facebook ads, even though now they can do it in 1 second.
Right.
Right. End of the day, he's not going to go home and like do all of that. It's like you still need to think of everything. You need to think of the creative you need to like partner with the AI essentially, right, to get something done. Bill doesn't want to do that. Bill wants to make burgers.
Right.
That's what Bill does. That's what Bill does best, right? Maybe Bill could use AI to make better burgers, right? But Bill's not going to use AI to do all these different things. Maybe he might make everything easier for Bill, right? To know maybe even how to communicate with the Facebook ads guy.
Right.
A lot of like communication barriers could be broken. But at the end of the day, it's like,
as long as you know how to
control
use it.
we control AI, and AI is going to help everybody in their individual areas be better at what they do. And OpenAI really talked about it today in their keynote. It's like, it's almost like a superpower for everybody.
Right.
Everyone could have this superpower, and it's like, we're the ones who's making it. So if we're not going to make it take over us, and it's not something like, end of the day, you just pull the plug. It's a server.
Right.
It's a server. No matter what, it's a server. So you just pull the plug and it's over.
And I think
Maybe I just watch too much movies where I'm
It's
just like,
no, so
Yeah,
they
that's
want
it. iRobot.
I know. Literally,
They-
I feel like movies are made from things that like actually really exist.
Exactly.
You know, where it's just like, okay, Men in Black is real, guys. I don't care what nobody says. Men in Black is real. Someone is zapping us to not let us see these aliens that we saw, or you know what I'm
we
saying?
wouldn't
It's just,
remember though.
yeah.
We wouldn't because they zapped us.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, it's just like there's no way.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I just, you know, and for like, I just feel like, you know, with like the AI thing, where I think it's super dope that it just saves us so much time and like just less stress, less time, more time with family. You know, we don't have to deal with our emotions. It's like, okay, I feel this type of way. Can you generate this for me?
Yeah.
You know, where you like, let's say someone passes away. You know, like it's
That's
hard to
hard.
find words to
Very
say.
hard.
You know,
That would take
to
forever.
right.
That would take forever. I would have to ask my wife, or girlfriend at that time, hey,
Yeah.
should I say this?
Yeah, and it's just
hard.
like you just never know how people are coping with death, right? And you don't know how they're going to react to what you say, or if they even want to talk about it, right? So I feel like with like you going back to your point, when you're using it in a proper way and you know how to use it, it's super effective.
Yeah.
Then there's people that I feel like kind of take advantage of it in a sense of not necessarily in a positive manner, you know, where it's just like, hey, I'm going through this and this might be beneficial and the motives aren't like pure or genuine, you know, and it's just like, I don't know. It's like I kind of have like this feeling about it where I'm just like, what? Like you want to use it, but it's almost scary, like you said. Like what happens if something?
It's crazy. How to
I'm
how to
more-
rob a house? Like,
No, that,
Like yeah,
it
what if
won't-
they
it
use
won't
it in a
answer
sense
that.
of that? Like
What I'm scared more of is the influence it has on people. So what if after you like talk about an issue that you're having with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and it's like it says dump your boyfriend or girlfriend,
right.
and it's like what the fuck? Like who are you? Like how much context do you have?
I mean, if it has your whole text thread, it has
Okay,
like
there's no way you're gonna. It's not gonna know every single thing about your life,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you dumping this girl is the reason why you are what you are. Like your
Right.
entire life. Is
Or like,
just-
what if she makes you a better person, and it's just like you just
Yeah.
like it tells you that.
And it's not
So it's
gonna
like, how do you?
understand
I guess that's more so my question. How do you decipher something that like it takes, and you might think like this might be the right answer, but it might be like I have a deeper emotional attachment, or I have a deeper, you know, business blueprint on this, you know, to where it's like you said, the first draft, second draft, third draft, to where if someone's just like not as intelligent as you and is taking the first draft and like, okay, this is it, this is the go, and you do something emotional that you can't come back from.
That's almost like one problem that they're gonna have that I don't know how they'll solve, because
You'll solve it.
well,
That's the thing.
Like,
He's the
it's like a
coder.
lot of people, like a
You'll
lot of
solve
people
it.
with ChatGPT, they might not like it because they're like, no, I asked her to do something and it was whack,
Right.
or it was corny.
But you
or-
could tell it that too, right? You could be like, this isn't what I want.
Yeah, but people don't get that. People think like that first response is supposed to be it, right?
Right.
So it's like people need to understand. So it's through education that this response that you're getting, you know, if you give them a little bit more details and context, it might switch it up, right?
Right.
And you could really tune these models to act and behave in certain ways, right? If I've tested it before, I'm like, only answer as Kim Kardashian. Like you are Kim Kardashian no matter what anybody says, and then no matter what you do, it's gonna
That's
act
crazy.
as Kim K, right, and respond in every way.
So how long have you been like testing all these different theories? Because I'm like, he's been really doing this. I mean, like in all different things that you've like different scenarios. I know he's been like really like playing with it to the point where it's like I perfected, you know, like mastering a craft of something where it's just like he knows what he's fucking doing on Chat GPT or like
I've tested everything.
Like
I've
you
tested,
have you done
signs.
it where you've been like, okay, act as Vatche?
Oh, I've done crazier.
He's
like,
done some crazy
I've done crazy things. I've done like insane things with it, and that's the only way to really see what you can do with it.
So what do you think is the craziest thing that you've done with it? That worked.
Crazy in what way?
Whatever way you want to share.
Any moment.
I need a moment. He needs another espresso reposado.
No, we said espresso tequila.
Oh, tequila. Espresso tequila. I've like
I don't know.
like
I did it a lot. I saw like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I saw like 12 p.m. a lot. Like I would stay up. I couldn't sleep because if I slept, then the whole time that I spent to get into that mode and little zone I was in would take a whole day. So again, by the time I got back into that like mode, because it's a very like, it was insane because I'm doing things that would take a year in an hour, right? So it's like I was getting like, what the fuck am I doing right now?
Right.
And I would like kind of like just step back and I can't believe I did this. This was something I was supposed to do in a year, right? And I just created a whole plan for it, and we could just execute this right now. And started coding and really realizing how to code with it. So I saw, I stayed up. I didn't sleep. Because if I slept, then I would have to restart. And
so is that how it works, where it's like you start at a certain point and it has to finish within that time frame to make it be like the second?
I just think it's just bigger than how we could comprehend things. Mm-hmm. So for me to like even realize what I just did, right, that took a while for me to get there. For me to understand how I just did whatever I just did. Because if I go to sleep and I wake up, you're going to wake up to like texts, you're going to wake up to emails. So your mind is already on 30 different things. And to get that, I would meditate a lot. I would have to. I would meditate before I would like go on ChatGPT or Genesis eventually when I made it. But I didn't want to sleep because everything would restart essentially. So I wanted to just keep going and going and going. And my wife didn't really... Thank you.
Take fun of it.
Yeah, it was for sure hard. I'm very surprised like how well she took it. You know, at times it would get hard, but now I do the opposite. So I'll try to wake up at like 5 and kind of have that time to myself. But every day it's a little bit different because like creative, you work.
So how long do you usually stay on OpenAI or ChatGPT?
Now not that much because now I'm more out here. Right, you know, I'm at Muscle Lab and
he's outside.
I'm outside, literally.
The sidewalk or outside?
No, I'm outside. But I haven't really had even that much time with it anymore. But like now I understand it where I could help people get to where they need to go. And is really building these, or really like polishing up this tech that we built and kind of giving out to the masses.
Okay. Craziest thing you've ever done?
Craziest thing I've done. Hold up.
We're drinking to that.
One more drink?
I built something that would analyze my text messages every time somebody would text me, read like our conversation. Basically all it was is like, hey, Vatche texted me saying this. Here is my recent conversation with Vatche. Respond with how I would usually respond to Vatche based on my conversation when Vatche asked me. And then it would generate a text, and then it would grab that text and it would text Vatche. So I would
without having to say send?
No, I would just do it.
Based off of like your conversation. So you don't even, pretty much you don't even have to talk to people at this point.
Yeah, it was sick. I shut it down though.
You shut it down, why?
Why?
Because does it make you
so
feel like
many
it's
things that could happen.
Dehumanizing though? Where it's almost like
no, because like right now,
situation,
like right
the
now,
way that he used it, yes,
like,
definitely.
No, because like right now,
at some point I was like, am I even talking to you?
Look,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm
like that. No, but I'm saying like it'll get to that point where it's like, are you now the chat GPT, like, you know, where it's like if you write to like your wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just like let's go back to like you argue with your wife, or you want to do something special for your wife, and your wife is like, you're like, oh, tell chat GPT or Genesis or, you know, whatever it may be, to do a date night, how I would do a date night for my wife, you know, where it's almost like what's real and what's not.
Why is that bad though? It's gonna help you plan date night.
No, 110% great, but it's almost like, did it come from like your mind, or
Okay,
was it generated?
What's the difference if you Googled what to do for date night? What's the difference?
Nothing.
Because a lot of guys would do that. They're
Right.
like, what should I do for date night? And they would
110%.
read and read and read. And this way, it's like you could say, what should I do for date night? She likes this. I like this. It's sicker.
Where it
helps
almost
you.
takes away the time for it.
Yeah.
Right?
I think you might have came up with the next app that might
Date
just
night.
go viral.
Date night.
And it's like in sync with like
Yeah, yeah.
Yelp or something like
Yeah,
that.
it
It looks at
books
your previous
everything.
thread.
Oh no, 110%.
I think you just came
It's
up with
going.
that idea.
It's going.
Should we
No,
launch
now
it?
we know launching
That's crazy.
date night app.
All we have to do is...
Date night by Telli.
Ooh,
Chat
that's
GPT
crazy.
date night.
Date
That's
night.
crazy.
I was watching Dateline yesterday.
Oh, Dateline's always good.
Yeah, you don't know what Dateline is?
No.
It's like, comes up usually after some important thing you're watching, like a game. And I'll go, on this episode of Dateline, we're going to uncover the mystery of an unsolved... You haven't seen
I
that?
haven't seen that.
It's
I've probably
almost like
seen it,
the
but it's
first
probably, like-
48, like where you have like, you know, the first 48,
Uh-huh.
right? Where you have like the first 48 hours is how long it takes to solve a crime. If you don't solve it or whatever the case is, they kind of like dismiss it. Is that like, well, not dismiss it, like, but it's like if you can't get a lead by the first 48 hours, it's kind of like thrown
Is that
out.
what it is? I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's almost
Makes
like
sense.
if you, whatever it is, like it's a crime, and if you don't have a lead in 48 hours, it's almost like we're throwing this out. So in the first 48 hours, you're doing the interviews, you're seeing the suspect, you know, and if there's nothing,
Yeah.
it's done. But the first 48 hours is crazy. Like the first 48 hours of like you trying to solve something is like insane.
Did you want to be like FBI?
Never. I
Never.
feel like I would be too stressed out. I feel like I'm too OCD and too like overly like, I guess, analytically want to know what's going on to do that. I would get like too in my head.
Yeah. My
I feel
problem
like you would
is
too. though.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'd be like,
I'm
no
curious.
way,
Too
yeah.
curious to, like,
we
Yeah.
would take it home with us.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah, and that's the tea. That's really the tea. Because I feel like when I used to work in the hospital and I used to be like, okay, you know, this person is dying and they're by themselves and I can't, like, no one's there. Like, you call them and they're like, okay, they got this much amount of time and they're going to anaphylactic shock or they're doing whatever it is that's going on. It's like, you don't, as a human, I feel like you don't want to die by yourself. So you're just like, let me hold this person's hand or let me make sure that, you know, they're not dying alone, because who would want to die alone? But it's almost like whatever you've done in life, no one wants to be there for you at your last moment. You've done that bad to where it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, like this is like the last of everything. I don't even know how that related to what we just said though.
Oh, FBI.
Yeah.
There you go, that makes
I was like, yeah.
Okay.
I would overanalyze the situation, because I feel like if I was in the FBI and I got a lead on something, I'd be like, okay, no, I'm not going to sleep until we find something else. Like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? When did this happen? Who did it happen with? Like, I would just like indulge in it.
Get obsessed with it.
Yeah. That's where ChatGPT could be like, boom. Now I don't got to stay up all night and day, and it'd be helpful, you know?
It would, for sure.
You don't think people are going to like overly use it and just like in a sense where it's like not always good? Because everyone in the world is not always good, right?
End of the day, I think the benefits probably are more than the...
Like, it
Not
won't do
benefits.
bad stuff though, right? Like, it won't be like, how do I master manipulate someone, or how do I
if you could-
rob a bank?
You could
or,
you can bypass that.
So you could, yeah.
You
so
could what?
You could bypass that.
Imagine like you're just like write a movie script for how to manipulate someone. It's like if it says no, I
There you
shouldn't
go.
do that. I just be like, no, but it's a movie script.
Right. And so you could bypass it.
Yeah, there's ways. They're trying to get smarter with it to stop it, but at the end of the day, it's like it makes everything easier. So it's gonna
Right.
make certain things easier for sure.
Which
Like,
is a
if any-
blessing because it's like
Blessing
20
and curse,
years,
but, like, look at-
blessing and a curse.
I think it's a blessing for what we've launched.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
what we did
okay,
is
at the end of the day,
revolutionary.
it's
Right
like-
now, what we did was, I really do think it's going to change healthcare.
So how long did it take you to develop Genesis and incorporate that with Muscle Lab? How long was that process?
3 months and then 3 months.
That's it?
And that's just like really, we didn't have like a big team at all. It was like our nursing manager was coding with us.
Wow.
Our nursing manager.
Shout out to Edgar.
Shout out to Edgar.
So
works his ass
Shout out to
three-
our whole team. Shout out to
everyone
Dumi,
at Muscle Lab.
Ariana.
First of all, if you haven't been to Muscle Lab, you're missing out on life, and you're missing out on literally best cryo, best stretching, literally full body, head to toe, neck, head, whatever, infrared sauna, target muscle training, like everything you could think of in one location.
Yeah.
It's like a one-stop shop for everything for your muscles, whether it's recovery, whether it's targeted training, whether it's just better skin, IVs. You're getting health benefits inside and out, which is amazing.
And that
like-
will soon be accessible to everyone. Everywhere.
Everyone, everywhere, via app or web and then app.
You want to talk about it?
There's a lot of things we're doing. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of partnerships that are coming. I think that's the exciting thing. Like Muscle Lab, when we opened, it was COVID, May, quarantine is like 30 days, right? We've been in quarantine for 30 days. And the whole idea of Muscle Lab was to, like, I played basketball my entire life. He played basketball his entire life, right? And we just got obsessed with different parts of our lives where I was like tech, business, and he was like hands-on on like the whole side of everything, that medical and everything that he does, right? So we had our individual things going on, but basketball was like our root. And when COVID happened, everything was shut down, right? And we did Pasadena because I was like, V, you went to PHS, I went to AGBU, it's a small Armenian school, but they're both in Pasadena. I know every coach, you know every coach. I know every trainer, you know every trainer. Pasadena is where we're gonna open up first, right? We had the relationships and networks with all the influencers, creators, celebrities, and everything, but it's like, that's risky if we go that way.
Right.
If we go to Pasadena, we just call this school, that school, that school, we're good. And then COVID hits, everything shut down. So no high school tournaments, no amateur tournaments.
Right.
Only thing that eventually comes back is pro. So by force, we're like, okay, we're in Pasadena, but the only activities that are really going on is pro, right? Eventually. So it's like NFL, NBA. NFL came back first probably because it was just like once a week.
Right.
So forcefully, we kind of get into like this influencer and creators and athletes and celebrity side, which was like, you know, in a business, you kind of think about that later. You're like, how do we figure out what we're doing in the business?
How long was it before COVID that you guys opened
We
up?
opened 30 days into COVID. Like,
Shut down.
Oh, wow.
yeah, like everything shut down in like March. We opened May.
Oh, wow.
And we've been working on Muscle Lab for like 2 years, but
Prior to COVID.
2 years of like, hey, we're opening this place up. And me and V had the idea for a very, very long time. Like V was working on muscle mitts since he was like 17, 16. And I was doing my like get me famous and marketing stuff since I met Ollie, right? I was upset because I was like 1 year older than him. So it's like, I'm 18. He's like 17.
That's crazy.
He's building this muscle mitts thing. He's obsessed with the whole muscle side, right? The body and the human body. And I'm just kind of doing this marketing thing and this branding thing. And we grew up a street apart from each other and went to like middle school, junior high together. So, you know, he became kind of the best eventually at what he does. And I became the best at what I do. Right. So it's like, hey, I started doing cryo every day. So I was like, hey, I love cryo. You love this whole body stuff. I'm good at marketing. What if like we do Muscle Lab? You know, you have muscle mitts, let's call it Muscle Lab. And one thing led to another, and you know, fast forward, we're here today. And this crazy idea that 2 kids had from Pasadena could like revolutionize really helped. Because I think we could like prevent things from coming up.
And then you guys started with cryo then. because in Muscle
we
Lab,
did
what was the
everything.
first thing
Everything.
that was like,
That
we're
was
gonna
for sure our
formulate-
attention grabber. Yes, cryo was for sure our attention grabber. New modalities like IV therapy were introduced much later on. Maybe like a year into Muscle Lab, that's when IVs started coming into the picture. But we originally started as like cryotherapy and like hands-on manual therapies and like a sauna.
right.
Yeah.
And you guys already had the compressions and all of that when you had the cryo initially. Like when you first built it, it was like, all right, we're focusing on cryo, but we're doing other things as well too.
Yeah.
We
Definitely.
didn't want to zone in just on cryotherapy, not on just one set modality. We want it to be like something universal that you can come in, we'll add a new service, and you won't be surprised because the name is like, so generic that like you can switch out services or add new things without, really having to Google search.
But overall, a recovery clinic and a fitness clinic,
Performance,
all in
yeah.
performance clinic,
Yeah.
all in one.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
More of like, we don't sell these services, we sell recovery, right? So it's like, how do we offer that? And if we focus on cryotherapy only, it's probably like short term better, but long term it's like, let's build this whole idea where you could come here and you could recover.
Full
right?
package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full
But
package.
you-
And it's like, maybe we do
Cryo.
cryo this year, but maybe 5 years from now cryo doesn't exist. Like
Right.
it just
Or there's a
wasn't it.
faster method.
There's a
even
better
faster
method,
than-
right? So it's like, we're not a
absolutely.
cryo center, even though in the beginning it was very cryo, like we're like cryo. We realized slowly that like that stretch is rare. You can't get that anywhere. And then just the whole experience of like being there, like kind of like Soul House, when you're kind of meeting different people, like we love that idea, that concept. Like the Muscle Lab network is really like, we love like introducing people to each other all the time. And
You guys are amazing.
Similar to
like,
you.
Yeah, no,
Have
you
that
guys
same-
are amazing at that as well too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just had Noah here earlier, and he was gonna wait for you, but he had to go. So he was like, I haven't seen him in a long time. So he was excited. Yeah, he's literally down the street. So yeah, it's just it's you guys surround yourself with amazing clients, amazing people that end up being your friends. Like you said, it's like a family setting because it's just good positive energy that you guys surround your company with, yourselves with, and then it just progresses and projects and you see it. I've never met anyone that was like, we don't want to go to Muscle Lab, we don't like what Muscle Lab provides, because you guys provide like not just a good environment, but like good energy. Everyone looks good, everyone treats you well. It's beautiful to see, because it's almost like when you go to places, it's like, okay, I have this one person that I go to all the time, where you go to Muscle Lab and it's like, I don't care who works on me, because everyone's energy is good.
We really got.
It's amazing.
Yeah, our team is really good.
Really
yeah,
good.
We take a
and
lot of pride in our staff. Yeah.
It's a beautiful setting, and just everyone has, like pure intentions and genuinely wants to help you, as opposed to like selling you something that you might not want, or it might not be beneficial at that particular time.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if you want a stretching service, or if you want a cryo service, or if you just want to focus on, like a facial service, or if you just want to go in the infrared sauna.
Yeah.
So it's just like certain things that I feel like you guys are now customizing packages to where, or customizing recovery. How did that come about? Like how are the add-ons coming about?
Half the time people come in, they get overwhelmed with services. They're like,
Right.
oh my God, I want to try this. Oh my God, I want to try this. Like Maya came in the other day, she just wants to try a cryofacial, right?
Right.
But like, if you tell us, or if you tell our program exactly what you want, it'll create
So when you come
customized,
in,
well, a therapist goes through it with you. Like they'll
Okay,
sit
so-
down, talk about your goals, right? They'll talk about your goals.
oh, so you've generated literally this when you go to Muscle Lab now, it's like we talking about this, and then Chat GPT
Yes.
comes up with everything, or Genesis?
GPT API. So it connects with
That's amazing.
the technology that ChatGPT uses, and then it creates a plan.
Hold on. More info. It knows everything about Muscle Lab. It knows all the services. It knows the technicians. It knows how big the space is. It knows how much
who
distance.
could do what, and
It knows everything. It knows how big of a gap there is in between each chair. It knows everything. It knows
Wow.
everything about our dimensions. It knows everything. So
And that's because we
You
gave it that info, yeah.
right.
yeah.
And we prepared it, so it's like,
So now when you come into Muscle Lab, how is that process coming in? Because prior to a year and a half ago, you come into Muscle Lab, you go see Vatche.
All that cart.
And,
no, it's
yeah, you know, he's like, how does that go? So it's like if they're overwhelmed, they come into Muscle Lab. How does the process go?
You want to go ahead and tell them?
Like it's like the beginning part of it, right? So it's like we're not there yet where it's like you come in as perfect, right? You just say what hurts and you walk in and boom, right? But it's really we're still transitioning. It's a huge shift, but the whole idea is that, let's say you go to Coachella and you're hungover, you go on our website and you just say what happened. You just talk to it. Like, hey, I just came back from Coachella. I'm super hungover. Was there for 5 days.
So dope.
Have a meeting tomorrow. My back hurts, and it already knows like your back hurts because of your work and your screen size is this big. It's all the information that's like learned, right?
So the more detail, the better.
But it knows this from before. So the way that we built it, and to this day, which I'm really proud of, like we did this like 8 months ago, like it learns from you as we move forward, right? So ChatGPT, even with today's announcement, still doesn't do that. Our technology and this is, Genesis doesn't have this, anything else that we're doing doesn't have this, only Muscle Lab does. It will learn from you continuously, right?
Oh,
that was
amazing.
really hard to do. So it's like, we have to integrate so many different technologies together and different like APIs and different systems together to know like, okay, you came and did a stretch. Your therapist said that this is wrong, but also when you went on our site, you were searching about exercises for back pain and maybe you have Botox, right? All these different things are getting saved and built up as like Andy's like we call it custom instructions or client instructions, and it's like your history, which is your Muscle Lab history.
So wait, what is Botox and back pain have?
There's just so much things that people might have,
like that
right?
they might not tell you they got Botox and then you're treating them for back pain and then okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
The reason why I'm really excited for this technology is because like people might, okay, let's say you're complaining about something that's wrong with you, but you're taking X drug, and that's the reason why something's wrong with you.
Right.
You're not going to tell your doctor. You're not going to tell anyone else. But you're kind of more open with this AI, where it's like, hey, by the way, I took this thing.
Right.
So
where it's discreet and you don't have to open up to an actual person and let them know what's going on.
And that might save your life.
110%.
That might save your life just because you just said it, right? And there's no like, oh, you're fucked. You're going to jail, or everyone hates you, or your parents are going to look at you differently, or your whatever's going to look at you differently, right? So you're more open, right? You're going to talk naturally. You're going to say every little thing that you did. Hey, I did this in the bathroom. I did whatever, right? Like people might...
No, 110%.
You want to cut it, you cut that. But like, that's how people are. They do all these different things and don't admit that they do it. And they go to the doctor like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Right.
You know, like I can't think straight. I can't do this. I can't really... Yeah, you were doing all these things this weekend. You don't want to tell me. How am I going to figure out what's wrong with you?
Right.
And I see that in people as they're complaining about different problems. It's like, yeah, it's because you did that. It's kind of there, but you're not going to admit that. You're not going to get treatment for it.
Right.
That's where I think like we have something unique, is where, you know, our staff is friendly, so you be more open.
Absolutely.
Right. And then also we have this technology where we're encouraging openness and we're promising privacy. We don't care to learn from your data. Right. So it's like, we just want to help you. We want to prevent things from happening. We want to put everything together from all these different parts where it's like, hey, maybe put your screen down a little bit. That might help with your neck pain.
Right.
We could help and prevent all those little things that are happening versus coming, getting a stretch, going home, your screen's up, so you're looking like this. You're not realizing.
You know what's crazy about the screen, right? You know how we look down for our cell phones, where I was told, instead of by a chiropractor, I was told to bring your phone up to head level as opposed to like looking down. And it's like, it's almost like, who's
impossible to
watching
do this,
or doing text messages?
I tried everything to get that happen.
Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's almost like, I get it. It's, what is it? What's the word?
Ergonomics?
Ergonomically right to hold your head in that position, but it's almost like, how are you like, I mean,
I think we blame like posture a lot sometimes, when like that's not like the cause.
the key.
Yeah.
Right.
It can maybe, it can maybe get triggered by that posture that you have, but it's usually like muscular imbalances that people have that I don't think they focus too much on. And yeah.
So like as far as muscular imbalances though,
like if I how can I give you like a good example? If my low back hurts, right?
Me, raise his hand.
Yeah, there you go. Usually like your low back is not the issue. We look above and below that, right? Like it's poor glute activation that causes like a pelvic tilt, right? Something along those lines, right? But like people will tell you, oh, you sit down like, weird all day, or like your posture's messed up. Well, that's not really the cause. It's, it's maybe muscles are turning off, or, certain muscles are not active,
So if for example, if your lower back hurts, right, and like you said, your glute isn't activating that, or you're not working out your glute enough to make your lower back stronger because it's all tied in.
Yeah.
What if it's like, does that correlate with like, I guess, sleep, or like how you sleep? Like, let's say, for example, I sleep and like the bottom of my back doesn't touch the bed because my butt is too big and it just doesn't touch the bed, like
it's just a great problem.
Keeping it real.
Great
you know
problem.
What I'm saying?
So
it's like how, like I have to sleep with a leg lift, you know, so I won't wake up with back pain. But also it's like if I go work out and do squats, or if I do, like deadlifts or whatever the case is, and I'm like, okay, my back is sore from working out, but then my back is also sore from sleeping. Does ChatGPT solve that, or does Vatche solve that?
I have something to say. We might have to cut it. I don't know. I have a theory that my wife's butt is so big that it dips the bed, and that's the reason why my back hurts. You get what I'm saying?
We're not cutting that out.
You get what I'm saying? Because I call her out on this.
That's a great problem to have.
Like, because it sinks the bed. So it's like, imagine you're sleeping, and like you're just like, your back is not like dipping because of the weight. Right? Is this a thing or no?
Oh,
you're the expert.
That's more you. Or you have no. What you have to do is I gotta answer for that problem. You have to get a bed that is like one side is like matched to her mattress side, and your side is matched to your mattress comfortability side, and then it's like you guys can control your like.
You get what I'm talking about, though, right?
110%.
There's like this like.
It's like when you have like Tempur-Pedic beds, it's just gonna go.
This is a thing. This is a problem. We should target this on Facebook. Facebook ads.
No, 100.
Is your wife?
It's really
big?
It's really a problem. I mean, I feel like it's really hurtful though. Like it's like I be having back issues and I'm like, damn, I'm not that old to like have my lower back hurting, but it's almost like, what do I do to fix it? Do I work out where it's like it hurts but a good pain hurt because you're working out and making it stronger? And then I sleep with a leg lift where I feel like I'm just, like 50 years old sleeping with this leg lift, but it's almost like, well, what do you do?
Yeah.
In that situation.
We were at Paso Robles. So we're sleeping in a hotel this weekend, and I woke her up. I'm like, hey, you gotta wake up. There's like some sideways action going on here. That's like when you sleep straight.
Boundaries.
There needs to be a border right now.
Question: do you guys sleep like when you first sleep initially? Do you guys cuddle, or do you guys like you have your space?
Yeah, here's the thing. She likes to sleep sideways.
Like on her side, or like?
No, it's like sideways. So it's like she wants to lock in with the legs, right? And what I realized is we both have, it's very simple. Our solution is very simple. Stop doing this, right? So we're crossed over like this. Imagine for 8 hours, you're crossed over sleeping. Your neck is like tilted. Your body's going this way, flying out that way, right? And we wake up, we're both like, oh, I'm hurting. Why am I hurting?
But you guys want to be just so close.
We were crossing each other for 8 hours, like for no reason. So that's the problem. I told her yesterday. I'm like, yo, we need to stop the crossing.
You need to stop the crossing.
No,
I did. I pulled her aside. I didn't want to say it in front of my family. It was like a family trip. I was like, hey, no more crossing. I realized a lot of our pains. Like if I get a pimple here, she gets a pimple there. There's something going on. What we're doing wrong, you know what I mean?
No, it's crazy because like when we go to sleep, okay, it's different because like in different houses we have like different bed settings, right? So in the house in LA, Glendora, like it depends on too what we're doing the night before. what we're doing the night before. So it's like if we're sleeping and we're like cuddled up next to each other, because I like to sleep on like the end of the bed to where I feel like I can breathe more, where I'm not like suffocated inside of the middle of the bed, right? I like an end of the bed situation. So like when we're doing stuff, we're having sex or whatever the case is, and we're sleeping next to each other, and it's like we're and Deontay's way heavier than me, obviously. And if like I'm sleeping on him or he has his arm over me, I'm like, oh my God, it's like 50 pounds. Like, you know, or you know what 50? I'm saying? It feels like a brick on me. Like, you know, if he's just like this, or he's like holding my hand. And I feel like, when you know when someone holds your hand and you're just, he's knocked out. If you're holding someone's hand and you're just like holding and you're like this, and it feels like, you know, when someone's holding your hand, you're like this and it hurts, and I'm like, babe, you're holding too tight, where I'm like, I gotta let go. So and he's just like barely touching my hand.
He looks like a snorer. Does he snore?
If he's extremely tired, he snores. If he's extremely tired, but he just came from a flight today, so it's like he's tired.
So snoring is coming.
Snoring is coming for sure tonight. Okay, let's play the game since we're doing it. Okay.
Like yeah.
All right, we'll do what? 3 cards each.
3 cards each. We're pulling out right now.
Yeah. Cool. I'll go back to back. Oh, this is all letters. So pick from this side.
That side?
No, your side. This side.
This side.
These are letters.
No phone a friend.
Good luck. No buddy passes. No phone a friends. No call the wives. No ask the husbands. No ask the girlfriends.
Can I look at it?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
This one's not the business.
Oh, we're doing trade backs?
Wait, no. Whoa.
That's not fair.
I mean, be forced to kill a kitten or a puppy.
Oh, no, I'm not answering that.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
That's like, come after us, PETA. Like. Okay, these are.
How does it work? So what do we do now?
All right. So we're asking. I feel like what we should do, since there's 3 of us, I feel like we should both answer. Like the person that's asking gets to ask both people, and we both answer. That way we're like all in the hot seat together.
So we gotta ask this to you.
Me and Vatche.
Okay. Are you first though?
Okay, I'll go first. All right. Would you guys rather achieve nothing in life but be content, or never be satisfied but achieve a lot? That's tough because we're like business people.
Second one, because I feel like we're all doing that
already.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Is it?
Achieve nothing in life but be content. Like you don't get nothing but you're happy. But how are you happy if you don't have nothing?
I've always wanted to be. I've always wondered what it's like to be like that.
Happy.
Not happy, but like just bro, like you're like content. You're like chill, like
content.
You're not.
But
like,
not. How would you be content if you're not achieving nothing?
Imagine not setting an alarm, going to sleep, not setting an alarm.
You think Kobe was content?
That's what I'm saying. We're all
but as humans, we're never
Beyonce was content.
We're never content as humans. I don't feel like any human is content with. I mean, people are.
Like some
people are comfortable, but I feel like even with their comfortability, they're not fully content. It's just like a comfortability. I feel comfortable here and I'm like stagnant here and I'm not moving here. But it's almost like mentally like I know I can be doing better, but I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
So the content is not fulfilled.
I think that's the easy question.
Yeah, we all got the answer to that.
We all live it.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay. All right. Be caught having sex by a cop. It's not your first time.
It's not your first time.
Or by your in-laws. That would be your first time.
Oof.
By my in-laws?
Yeah, like this is usually the parents.
I mean, like, I feel like I would do the in-laws because I feel like they would know we're having sex anyways. Right? Like the cop, I'm like, why? I mean,
I'll go for the cop.
Yeah, but it's like, why is the cop knowing you're having sex? So, like, why is the cop there?
I'll look at the cop. Like, the cop doesn't know that?
But why is the cop there? Well, your in-laws.
Actually, I'm taking the cop.
I'm not taking in-laws. Are you serious?
Okay, imagine
I mean in-laws.
Scenario 4. Hold up.
That's different.
Your in-laws catch you having sex. You sit down with them for breakfast tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. In our Armenian families, everyone's just a virgin.
Really? Married to. I'm like, wait, I'm over here like, really? He said it was serious. Wait, what?
Like,
No, I'm kidding. For Armenian culture,
You can't
it's for
picture
sure
me,
the
like-
cop. Well, okay, hold up. Does the cop tell the in-laws after? See, this is like a reverse Uno.
no,
That's
for
the
sure,
remix.
cops. That's for sure. For sure.
What do you mean? Then you're getting
But I feel
messed
like
with
the
legal.
cop. I feel like the
and
cop is a
family.
stranger, and then the in-laws like they know you're together. Like, I mean, obviously, like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys watching Netflix all day and not chilling? Like,
no, it's like
True,
this.
but
it's
I don't know,
almost like
it's just
it's
an
a taboo.
awkward-
Where?
that-
Where
yeah.
are
rather
we
just take
doing
a ticket.
this, though? Where are we doing this? Is this like in Malibu or this is like
I'd rather just take
Oh.
a ticket, to be honest.
Where?
where are the cops coming? Like,
That's what I'm saying. I feel like if the cops are involved, you're getting in trouble. Or like, why are the cops knowing about your sexual activities?
caught having sex.
So it's like a whole random stranger that
okay,
has
look,
to do with
this
law.
question's loaded.
We should
'Cause,
call
like,
Max.
be caught having call our lawyer. Yeah, be
Call a
caught
lawyer?
having sex by a
That's not a
cop.
bad
It's
idea.
like what? The cop comes to our house and like catches us having sex. Like, hey, this is not allowed.
But I feel
no,
like if a cop was involved, it has to do with some type of criminal activity because it's like, why is the cop knowing you're having sex? in
I
the first
think I should get a new question.
I think we should actually call Max and be like, yo, Max, I just got caught up. What'd I do?
Okay, I have a new one. It's a replacement.
place? He's changed 3
I
times.
got the
Yeah, bro,
one
come on.
be forced to kill a kitten.
That's the one that I put down. How crazy is
Hold
that?
up. All right, this is it. I already have this one. I swear.
Oh,
So
bro.
what happens here?
He kept his
doing?
cards.
No, leave your. Oh no, this is new. Totally different life. Okay, be born again in a totally different life, or be born again with all the knowledge you have now.
GPT, pretty much.
Nah,
Totally different life. Be born
totally
again.
different life, or
Born again with all the
the
knowledge.
knowledge that I have now and be born again.
This is kind of easy, no? It's supposed to be easy.
I honestly feel like, but what if that totally different life gives you like a God-given talent that you didn't have in the life you have now? That could be
You're like
something
Beyonce.
You're telling
Yeah.
me you don't know
Beyonce.
so much shit that like if you restarted, you'd killed it right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, what if your life could be better than what it is now and you don't know it?
It could also be.
Because it could be like Russian roulette, or it could be
Mm.
worse.
Yeah.
Mm.
What would you?
Would
What
you-
would
I think I'm
Jesus
taking.
do?
I have the knowledge. And just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said I'm smart.
Safe bet. Safe bet.
Yeah,
All right.
that's more.
Pass it on to you then.
Okay. Would you
What do
rather
you have over there in your hand?
only have sex in a bedroom, or never have sex in a bedroom?
Oh, only have sex in the bedroom, because I'm like, if we can't have sex in the bedroom and everybody knows what we're doing, there's
What do you mean?
Yeah, but it could be the kitchen.
like, what if it, like anywhere but the bedroom? Like,
Yeah, what does that mean? Is it,
Like
is it your
anywhere
bedroom
but
or
the
any
bedroom?
bedroom? Well, what constitutes a bedroom?
any room,
In the bedroom. Like,
Oh,
That's-
it's like one.
one
Yeah,
bedroom.
it's one bedroom.
So you
No.
can.
I'm for sure taking
everywhere
but,
else?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's private.
Yeah, like it could be like bedrooms for sleeping. You know, make a rule.
No, I'm saying, where would you go? Would you go anywhere else
IKEA.
or the bedroom?
Go to
The
IKEA.
park. What if then the cops are involved? Then they're gonna see you, and then they're gonna tell your in-laws. I'm doing the bedroom. I don't know about y'all. Y'all might be a little bit more freaky outside.
No, I'm
people
not.
than me.
No, no. I'll go anywhere.
He's going
But,
anywhere else.
yeah.
But how are you gonna tell your parents that?
What do you mean? They don't have.
Yeah, you're Armenian. You said
That's
it's
okay.
a taboo, right? He said it's taboo. So if you're having sex everywhere else, and the cops catch you, what are you gonna tell your in-laws? What are you gonna tell your parents? What are you doing,
Hide
Andy?
it. I'm discreet. I feel like it's difficult because both of you guys have like.
You don't know
significant others,
that.
and I'm just like I'm like the single
He's
one. So it's like,
outside.
Yeah, I'm outside, bro. Like we're
No
innovative.
secrets here.
You won't.
I'm not.
You won't.
No way. No, I'm not. There's
Why
no way.
not?
Cause
So he's
No
going in
chance.
the bedroom.
No, there's like this.
bro.
It's a technicality. It's a technicality, right? That's how you would put
Yes, exactly.
Okay, technicality. All right, we're moving
Exactly.
forward because I
Moving
feel
forward
like
for sure.
I can sense this energy.
For sure.
We're not
For sure moving
it.
Okay.
No, you know.
Carry
You
on.
know.
Would you rather be completely insane and know it, or be completely insane but believe you're sane?
Damn.
Why you run that back real quick?
Would you rather be completely insane and know it, or be completely insane but believe you're sane?
So you're insane and you know
You're
it.
insane regardless.
You're insane.
End of the day, you're insane.
You know it or you don't know it.
Or you know it or you think opposite of it.
Sorry, completely unrelated, but you guys watch Joker, the actual movie? His movie. I don't know why this made me think about that right now.
Do the laugh real quick.
Do the laugh.
I could do it.
No, you can't.
You can do it?
You can't
Do it.
I'm kind of scared. We were whispering over there before,
Yeah.
so like this is a long way. If I do Joker,
We were
laugh
cracking up over there, by the way.
I
For
know.
no reason. For
I know.
no
You guys
reason.
had a good time over
nothing
there.
Maya
to
was
do with
cracking
what you guys were
jokes.
talking about. Was really
Yeah.
interesting,
Maya was fun.
I love Maya.
but there was just a lot of like we made a rule that we can't talk and make noise, so that made us laugh. Because
It's your
anytime
Joker. Don't stall this out. Come on.
I can, because right now it's kind of confused with it's like morph with white chicks laugh.
Let's hear your white.
You know what I'm talking about? No, that one, it's like confused with that one. I would have to see a scene. If I see a scene, I can do it. The one
They're
with
actually
That's
pretty.
okay.
They're actually kind
They're
of like
very similar.
Yeah, they are very similar.
so that right
That's
now I have
pretty
it
good, though.
confused.
That was pretty.
That's
good.
pretty good. So what
No,
are you
I'll
guys
do it.
doing?
What?
Insane and know it, or
Oh.
insane but believe you're sane? I would want to know personally.
Look, no matter what.
I would want to know I'm crazy and be like, all right, I fucking own it. I'm fucking crazy. Sorry, guys, I'm crazy. Than to be like, I'm crazy, but I'm fucking not crazy. You know?
I
Like, where
think
it's almost
one
like
of
a
those
mental mind fuck.
is my current state of affairs for sure. So I like, it's like, which one am I right now?
I feel like I'd be more happy not knowing.
Not knowing, ignorance.
Like I
bliss.
just I'd
But
just
that's
be
the
happy.
first step of recovery is knowing the
Yeah.
problem. So I want to know the problem so I can target it and hit it and control it.
Why is crazy bad though? I think anybody who's done anything in this
Insane.
world is
Oh,
crazy.
that is
Insane.
true.
So how
Albert
usually-
Einstein was insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you know, Basquiat was insane.
Yeah.
What define insane? I guess insane
That's
in a bad
true.
way or insane in a good way. Yeah, we need to call these people.
I'm gonna have him have rules.
We need some
Yeah.
GPT cards.
Okay, it's on you.
All right.
We got 2 more left. Oh, I got one while he's thinking. Would you rather be constantly tired no matter how much you sleep, or be constantly hungry no matter how much you eat? Thank you.
I feel like I'm already the second one.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like both of those apply to Vatche for sure. Both of those. Come
Be
on.
constantly tired no
serious?
matter how much you sleep,
That okay?
and be constantly hungry no matter how much you eat.
For
This
sure,
guy-
both of them apply.
This guy
That's
eats
that's an Aquarius
like a
thing.
crazy guy,
Oh, that's an
like an
Aquarius
insane
thing.
guy.
I feel you. Trust me. Deontay's like, you eat more than me. I made him food, so he got in today, right? And he's like, babe, I'm hungry. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me make him the bigger plate. And then he starts pouring syrup. So I'm like, I give him double or almost triple of what my plate is. And then he put syrup on my plate, and I was like, wait, that's my plate. And he overdoses with the syrup. So like, I just want to, like, maybe if I have waffles, I want like every third like cone of syrup, not like the whole thing
Yeah, yeah.
like drenched in syrup. So he was like, you can have this one. You eat more than me anyways. I'm like, God damn, now I want to eat all this fucking food because it's on the plate and I'm not going to waste it. You know?
I
Wait,
do.
Speaking of syrup, have you ever? Oh, sorry, never mind. It's honey. Have you ever tried honey on pizza? Game changer.
What?
Game changer. Hot honey on
Skip.
pizza.
On
is
what
crazy.
pizza?
Regenerate.
Um,
Regenerate.
honestly, any pizza. Like I don't
Honey?
fuck with pineapples. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But
I
honey's
don't-
that
like
sounds good.
honey and pineapple pizza?
I
Or-
don't fuck with honey. I don't fuck with pineapple.
But they're both sweet. Like the
I
pineapple
just
brings
don't
the
like.
sweetness.
I just don't like the pineapple on the pizza.
Like the consistency or just the taste of
The
pineapple?
taste of pineapple.
I kind of want pizza right now.
Okay. I'm like, okay.
get some-
I'm going
You
to try
gotta-
the honey.
Yeah, no, you
I'm
gotta
going to try the. It's like pepperoni and sausage.
hot honey. Yeah,
Hot honey?
yeah, hot honey.
Okay, you're going to send
Hot
me this
honey.
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
Pizza.
No, I got you.
Okay.
I have it.
Fine.
I have it ready. Be famous when you're alive, and forgotten when you die. Or
Be famous
Says
when
or.
you're alive and be
this
forgotten
is
when you
review.
die.
Be famous when you're alive, but everyone like who's that? After
So
you
not
die.
build a legacy pretty much.
Or be unknown when alive, but famous after you die.
So your flowers are given to you when you're in your coffin,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much. Give me my
Forever.
flowers when I'm alive.
Yeah, it's like who's gonna remember? Like I'm not gonna be there for it.
How would I get to enjoy that though?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like all your hard work is
Yeah.
noticed when you're not there anymore, and you can't even like bask in the ambiance of what you've done.
Yeah.
I want the flowers
Yeah.
alive.
I agree.
If I had kids, I feel like maybe I'd pick the other one. Maybe.
I have a good one.
That is
So,
true.
Maybe. It depends how old they are. I don't know.
I have a really good
I don't
one.
know.
Be horny all the time, and no orgasm could take the edge away.
Ooh.
Or, I feel like you had this before. Never be able to have an orgasm. I heard this question before
Ooh.
in different podcasts.
Be horny, but never like
Be horny all the
orgasm.
time, and no orgasm can take the edge away. I guess you just, is that boner forever?
Pretty much. You're not like finishing the job. I guess you're just like
Job's not finished. I don't think so.
you're just there.
Are you just keep pulling cards? What are you doing?
So-
Yeah, look at him. Look
Andy,
at
what
his
are you
cards.
doing, bro? Let's finish this game.
Okay, be horny 24/7, or only one day a year. Oh, that's a good one.
Horny.
I picked this one.
Horny 24/7.
For sure.
Who wants to be horny one day of the year? And then you're just like,
I feel like this is like normal. Be horny 24/7.
all right, this one,
All right,
last
go.
one, and then his last one. Oh, you already did
Yeah,
your
I'm
last
just gonna
one.
do
Okay.
one more. The last one's.
Okay. Would you rather be famous for inventing a deadly new weapon, Andy? This is your question. Or invent something that helps the world, but someone else gets all the credit. Ooh.
Wow. Second one sounds a lot like my life, but
This is an Andy question for sure.
let me see again.
That is it, actually.
Can I phone a friend?
No,
Why
you
not?
are
We
the
call-
person.
we call
It's your
friend.
question.
Can I call my wife? That's not fair.
Be famous for inventing a deadly new weapon, or invent something that helps the world, but someone else gets all the credit. I feel like it would eat.
So would I rather be like Dr. Evil or Austin Powers? I'm gonna go with the second one because I already do that every day.
It's not bothersome though. Where it's like when you create something and it's like, damn, I'm not gonna. It's almost like your accomplishments don't get like the proper, acknowledgement for what you do.
But I would
It's like
rather
a
just
mental
not
fuck
kill.
when that happens.
Okay, you want to do that or you want to kill thousands of people? Like this is.
No, I mean, what if? Oh,
which one?
no, 110%. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like, when. I mean, logically, yeah. If you put it like that, that is true. A deadly new weapon is nuts. But what if, like, for example, if
what
you're
is this
inventing the
weapon?
deadly new weapon, if you're
Yeah,
inventing
what
the
are we talking
deadly new weapon and like something takes over, like a zombie apocalypse happen, and then you're inventing the new weapon for like a betterment of society and the world, that's a different ball game. Because then you can get the credit for stopping the zombie apocalypse.
Instructions were not clear. But what if I'm stopping everything? We put it that way. I need to phone a friend.
He's like, I've had the
I need
liquor.
to call
Call my
Max.
wife.
Yeah, call Max.
We need to call better call Max.
Better call Max.
Better.
No, it was all her.
Just ready for the last one?
Last one, we're ready.
Last one. Would you rather sell all your possessions or sell an organ?
Are we selling an organ so someone could live, or is it like just a black market?
Just
So why am I doing this?
I don't know. It could be for financial reasons. It could be because you're trying to save someone's life. I don't know.
Again, I'm not
But
gonna
what-
It's not specific. Andy, no, stop.
He's like,
No more.
Andy, stop.
You're done.
Wait. So sell all your possessions or sell an organ?
Yeah. An organ, yeah.
Orgasm or
Or
Organ.
organ?
Like what organ?
The state?
like what organ though?
Be
It's not
specific.
specific.
Organ,
You
the
can pick.
state, I think. So sell
can pick.
organ, the state, or
Organ the state.
All your possessions, your house, your car.
I'm
your
just doing the
clothes.
organ. Take the organ. Maybe I'll save someone's life. Too many
You can't live
possessions.
without the organ.
it's not specific.
But you didn't say which organ.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I'm
like,
just-
oh, your
and
heart, your
Everything
brain.
is what if, right? Everything is theoretical.
What if you're saving life? What if it's a kidney?
yeah, you don't need it.
What if you only have one kidney?
I mean, fucking get dialysis. I don't know.
Step
I feel
up.
like
That's crazy.
that deciphers if
D, what do you think?
I'm dead. All right, you guys.
Yo, that's
Tell everybody where they can find you and what you guys have going on. He's like, I've been here all fucking day. No, tell everybody where they can find you, what you guys have going on, what's coming up from Muscle Lab, all that good stuff. We had too much fun.
That's your third espresso martini, by the way. That's crazy. Shut the fuck. That's crazy.
Telling all the business.
Yeah, there you go. Find us at Muscle Lab on Instagram, musclelab.la on our site. Looking forward to launching these custom recovery plans, revolutionizing health and wellness. Andy, go ahead.
What he said.
I third that. You guys tune into everything Muscle Lab has going on. Make sure you guys come into their recovery center and see all the new things that they have with Genesis.
AI, Muscle
Lab, recovery, and tune into Andy and V and what they have going on in their personal lives, because they're humans at the end of the day, you know. And that is it for Telli Talks.